Hey everyone, welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and some reality TV recaps. Tonight, it's all hot topics. I've already been talking to a lot of you guys about some of the things that we want to talk about tonight. We will be posting the StreamYard link for you to call in and share your thoughts on any of the hot topics and any of the other hot topics that we didn't mention. So I wanted to just jump right on in and say hello to everyone in the chat. We are live on Kempire Daily's YouTube. We're live on the Kempire Radio YouTube. We're also live on the Kempire on Facebook, Kempire Daily on Facebook, Kempire Radio Network on Facebook, live on Twitch, The Kempire, and live on Periscope, The Kempire. No one yet from Periscope, but I believe Periscope is alive and thriving, I think. Let me take a sip. Shout out to all my moderators. If you want to be a moderator, please let me know in the comments section. That way we're able to add you, especially if you're here consistently every time we go live. We went live just last night talking about some Real Housewives of Potomac tea. If you missed that, there is a link available in the description of this video. Everyone's been responding to that particular story of Dr. Wendy Asefo. Look, I'm really interested to see how this will all play out. I am. If you missed that story, be sure to check that out. We can always, if you want to talk about it, call in and let me know. I'll be posting the link in just a couple of minutes. Shout out to everyone in the chat. I see you, Diana, Shantae, Janice, Danielle, St. J's in the house. Who else was here? I saw a bunch of people, not paid by anyone. I was going to say not paid by Monique. It's interesting, though. A lot of people had a lot of speculations on yesterday's live where we were talking about the Real Housewives of Potomac and what's been going on there for their new season. And a lot of people were speculating that All About the Tea got their information from a friend of their show who's been on there after she decided to not return to Potomac, and that would be Monique Samuels. I'm not sure. But we shall see. We shall see. Let's just jump right into some of these stories. So if you've been following me on my social media, you know I talk about these stories in under a minute. So if you want daily and consistent hot topics, be sure that you're following me on my social media. And I talked about this story about Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. You may have been following this story this week where Kim Kardashian was in the news in regards to this Roman statue that the feds were looking for. So a lot of people are like, oh my God, oh my gosh, you know, the feds are looking for Kim Kardashian. This is getting ugly. Well, now we're hearing that the feds are not just looking for Kim Kardashian. Well, not looking. They know where she is. But apparently this Roman statue that they're looking for was something that Kanye bought under her name. So this is what TMZ is reporting. They say Kim Kardashian was unaware of her name attached to this ancient Roman artifact, a piece of art the U.S. government is now desperately seeking to return to Italy. A purchase, we're told, was made by her estranged husband, Kanye West, allegedly. According to this report, the government claimed a statue dating back to the 1st or 2nd century Rome ended up getting shipped to the U.S. back in 2016. The problem for Kim, though, is that the paperwork listed Kim Kardashian Noel Roberts Trust as co-signee and importer of the statue. Noel Roberts is, in fact, a trust Kim has used to make other big purchases, but a rep for Kim denies she made this deal. A source connected to the situation tells us Kim only found out about this week, that the piece was actually bought by Kanye as a part of a larger purchase, which included more art. We're told it's unclear if Kanye had bought it as a gift or when he had planned on telling Kim, but our sources says that she was in the dark. You may recall that around that time, Kim Kardashian and Kanye West were decorating this new home. And, you know, Kanye has his own sense of style. And this home was very like minimalist at its best. And so it's interesting that this particular piece of art, I wonder how much he paid for this. But damn, just when she thinks she's separating herself from this man's alleged madness, she is not. She is not. But speaking of the Kardashians, look, I'm not going to waste any time with these hot topics. We have a lot of hot topics to talk about. But we're still following this Kim Kardashian story and seeing how this all will play out. I don't know if anyone's watching the final season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I'm trying to follow it because I started watching this show when it first started, but then I fell out of it over many years ago. And I've been trying to follow it for this last season. I've fallen behind a couple of episodes, but I do love The Circle on Netflix. Let me know in the comments if you guys are watching The Circle on Netflix. I finished it. I know who won. Oh my gosh. So good. So good. I keep saying that The Circle is sort of like the big brother of Netflix. It's Generation Z's version of Big Brother, but so much better, I think. So much better, I think. But anyways, back to this, the Kardashian story. So moving on from Kim Kardashian, let's talk about Khloe Kardashian. So if you've been following me on my social media, this is another story that we've been following. I normally don't report on the Kardashians that often because everyone's like, I don't care about the Kardashians. Yet my views don't say that you don't. Just saying. But Tristan Thompson is again caught up in this whole cheating scandal allegations. Well, now this week, as you may recall, I reported that Marty Singer, who has repped the Kardashians in the past, which is interesting that this is his attorney. And now we're hearing that the attorney is calling Sydney Chase a liar. Well, Sydney Chase responded on social media, of course she did, saying this in her Instagram story. I finally received the cease and desist because they sent a cease and desist for her to stop talking about any relationship that she had with Tristan Thompson. She says, I finally received the cease and desist hours after I made my post online. It was first sent to an email I no longer use. However, I'm moving forward with the truth and I'm choosing not to comply. I will not be called a liar. Wow. Okay. Well, Marty Singer, who's representing Tristan Thompson, as I said, pretty much is saying, show the text or shut up. This is what they're saying. As I said to you before, they fired off a cease and desist to Sydney Chase, claiming that she never had a relationship and he never sent her any text. And she initially denied receiving the threat. As I said before, she responded on social media that it was sent to the wrong email or an old email, whatever it may be. But now Tristan's attorney says that Chase is making false claims about Thompson to get her 15 minutes of fame. And Tristan Thompson's legal team is demanding she stop defaming him, saying she's risking a lawsuit if she keeps yapping. I want her to release the text. Why do I feel like she does have the text? Anyone else feel like she does have the text messages to back up her claims? I'm wondering. Look, shout out to everyone in the chat. Let me just check out some of the comments before we move on from this story. Give Me Shelter says, no circle for me. I'm going to catch up on Handmaid's Tale. I need to do that too and watch Jupiter's Legacy. I got to watch Handmaid's Tale. I completely forgot that it was out on Hulu. Dear Dana, hey, dear Dana. Kardashians are going to be in their 70s and 80s running social media. I don't know. We shall see. I mean, they're still powerhouses on social media. It's kind of crazy to me. Hey, Sarah. Oh, my God. Hi, y'all. Love you, Kempire. Oh, my God. YouTube and TikTok I've ever followed religiously. Thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate everyone being here. I will be posting the link just in a second. So I'm still following this whole saga with Khloe and Tristan. I just don't understand why Khloe is so desperate to hold on to this relationship. I understand you have a child with him. I understand that you maybe have another one on the way with him, not necessarily yourself, but a surrogate. That's the storyline that they're going with right now on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, the final season. So I don't know if that's what the situation is, but girl, how many times does someone have to cheat on you before you just stop? Like, stop. Anyways, look, your life, but we're going to talk about it, especially when these girls come out on social media and put him on blast. Don't get mad at us. We're going to talk about it. Sydney, soak up your 15 minutes of fame. Beautiful girl. Sydney's a beautiful girl. And if you recall the story, allegedly, she says that Tristan told her that Khloe is not his type. And then I speculated, is that why Khloe went through this whole like body and look transformation to look like his ex-girlfriend, baby's mother, Jody, and kind of looks like Sydney Chase as well? I don't know. Danielle says Khloe needs to work on herself first. Agreed. Anyways, we're going to move on. We're going to move on because we have so many hot topics to talk about. Oh, my Lord. I do want to talk about Jesse Williams. Jesse Williams. Look, I love Jesse Williams as much as anybody. I love him. We just found out that Jesse Williams is leaving Grey's Anatomy after being on the show for 12 seasons. 12 seasons. He's leaving Grey's Anatomy. I mean, I won't be sad to see him go. Am I the only one? I won't be sad to see Jesse go. You know why? Because I've been saying this for many years. Jesse Williams, he's a good actor, but the storylines that they gave him just were never interesting to me. I was never like, oh my gosh, what's going on? It was not like McDreamy. You know, everyone was obsessed with McDreamy, Patrick Dempsey's character on there, and people were obsessed when he made a little comeback this season. Bye, Jesse. Hope you get another job somewhere else. I mean, he has a lot of child support to pay. Y'all remember that story? Look, we haven't forgot that part, Jesse, with the long-suffering ex-wife that lives here in New York. That was with you when you were a nobody. And look, I mean, I think she's a little. Anyways, we'll move on. Congrats, Jesse. Jesse's moving on. That Grey's Anatomy money was good while it lasted. I'm sure Jesse's going to move on to doing bigger and better things. We wish him luck. Just saying. Rob says they did nothing with his character, DeLuca's character. I know DeLuca died on there. I'm so behind on my Grey's Anatomy this season, but I have to say I caught up to this season, and I was like, it's been good. It's been good over the last couple of seasons. Anyways, more is coming out about the whole Pop Smoke murder. If you know Pop Smoke, up-and-coming Brooklyn rapper that was killed. What was it, last year? Well, now we're hearing more. According to the Daily News, the Brooklyn rapper Pop Smoke was taking a shower at his Airbnb in Los Angeles last year when a masked man stormed through the curtains of a second-story balcony. LAPD detective testified this past Thursday. They said the one intruder allegedly pressed a black semi-automatic firearm to the forehead of a woman who was with the Canarsie Bread entertainer in his bedroom that night, while the others rushed into the adjoining bathroom. This is crazy to me. They said that, I mean, this is gory. I'm not going to even get into all the details of what came out in this story, but they do have one of the suspects that is on trial right now. What's his name? I saw the name here somewhere. Where I lost it. I just had it here, y'all. I'm just trying to sift through all of this. Here we go. The first person to take the witness stand at the preliminary hearing for Corey Walker. Walker, 20, has been charged with murder and robbery in the February 19th, 2020. It's over a year at this point. Slaying of the popular entertainer who was born Bashar Baraka Jackson. He has pleaded not guilty and appeared in court Thursday wearing an orange jail uniform and medical mask. That is so unfortunate. Because how old was Pop Smoke when he died? He was 22 or 20. Too young, way too young. And he had such a promising career. And you may recall his last album was finished by 50 Cent in honor of him. It's just insane to me. So, such a young guy to lose his life so quickly. All right, let's get into some more mess. Shout out to everyone. TikTok, head on over to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. We're live there doing hot topics all night. I will be posting the StreamYard link in just a second so you guys can call in and share your thoughts. I want to just jump into this Kim Zolciak story. If you've been following me on my social media, you know that we've been talking about Kim Zolciak-biermann. You know, the star of The Real Housewives of Atlanta and then her own show, Don't Be Tardy. Well, it's been on for 8 seasons and Bravo just announced that the show will not be returning. Well, breaking news. Okay, before we get into the breaking news, let's just talk about this. So the ratings for Don't Be Tardy have been failing over the last couple of seasons, but this season during the pandemic where it was delayed had even worse. Look, it is what it is. But fast forward to her Instagram story, Kim posted that that's not the situation. Let me just show this to you guys so you can see her post. So Kim posted this on her Instagram story about Don't Be Tardy in a response. Let me go over here. Don't Be Tardy isn't coming back, but the Biermann bunch is. You will see us on on your TV screen very soon. Love you guys so much and appreciate all your support. Okay. No word on if Biermann bunch will be coming to Bravo or if it's going to be another network. A lot of people were making jokes it's going to be on Quibi, but I think Quibi's gone. Some people are saying WeTV. I mean, I think Kim has a good relationship with the people over at Bravo. She's been there for 8 years. I'm not sure what the Biermann bunch is going to be or what that will look like, but I never watched Don't Be Tardy. I've heard multiple comments from people on my TikTok, on social media, that they love Don't Be Tardy. And I've heard people say, I've never watched. So apparently she has some sort of audience. She has some sort of audience. It's not you or I, but she has some sort of audience. I don't know. But so Don't Be Tardy won't be coming back after 8 seasons. But Biermann bunch, maybe she's just throwing it out there. She even clapped back at some people calling it Don't Be Tardy a cancellation. But girl, if it's not coming back, kind of is a cancellation. Maybe. Shantae, oh wow, Shantae said I watched up to season 4. I never watched an episode. I can't tell you an episode of Don't Be Tardy. I didn't move over to that channel to that time slot when she left the Real Housewives of Atlanta. But now it has people speculating that she might be coming back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm going to post the link so you guys can call and share your thoughts on any of the hot topics that we're talking about. Just post it here. I don't think, honestly, I've seen Kim come back on Atlanta and she just didn't gel with the women. She wouldn't stay around. She always had Khloe waiting outside for her. It's like she didn't want to be there. So it was like, but maybe now the fact that she doesn't have her own show, she might show up. But, we've been speculating multiple different housewives because we've heard people saying that they're going to be a shakeup in the cast. But now we're hearing that all the housewives of Atlanta will be coming back. Some will be demoted. Some will be taking pay cuts, allegedly. Some will be elevated. Look, in some capacity. We heard that about Shamia. But we also heard, when Femtaro and I did the reading of all the housewives from Atlanta this past week, it's actually available in the description of this video. She said that, I can't remember what she said or all the details. She said so much in that video. But it was so good. So good, especially about, we found out what Ralph was doing in Tampa. We also found out who slept with Bolo. Link in the description of this video. Since we're talking about Atlanta, there's a lot that we need to talk about in regards to hold on one second. Let me just put this up here. Hey. I just had to get through some of those hot topics before we jump into some of the Atlanta conversation that I want to have with all of you. Thank you so much for calling in. Shout out to everyone in the chat. As a reminder, if you haven't liked this video already, be sure to like it. Be sure to share it. Did you guys notice what's behind me? I got my own little sex dungeon.
Did you notice my name? In
honor of our girl Candy. It's going to be her birthday very soon, as will be mine. Don't forget, we'll be having a live birthday party here Tuesday, and then we probably will celebrate again Friday. But is definitely Tuesday, and we need to invite Bolo to that party. So let's see if we can get Bolo to come. Also, Tuesday we'll be doing a fundraiser. So be ready to give. Okay. Oh, wait, I see a familiar face. Hey. Oh, wait, I got to move this stuff. I can't see people. You know what? Okay. Let's just jump right into this conversation, y'all. First of all, thoughts on the whole Kardashian mess. Danielle, we'll start with you because you had a lot to say in the chat.
I just as far as them ending the show, I think it's time. They were getting boring and they're older now. They're like everyone's except for Khloe is like 40 plus, and they're just older. We're more excited about the kids because Kim is 40, Kourtney's 40, and Khloe's coming up on 40. So I just feel like we're more excited about the kids, and they don't really talk, so they can't really give us a show because they're little people.
Yet.
And Kylie and Kendall made it very clear on last night's episode that they don't care about the show either way because it was never about them, which I found to be. Sounds like something Kylie would say, and not so much Kendall. But they have a point. To their point, it really is all about the Kardashians, and they just came along for the ride because they were kids when the show started. But I think,
in all fairness, though, they benefited from the show as well.
So I was getting to that. Because
I'm a little anxious.
I don't think that their careers will be I don't think they will be where they are now had it not been for the show.
Amen.
So, but as far as Khloe, oh Lord, she needs to. I don't know if anybody watched the show, but last night she was the only one that didn't want the show to come to an end.
Yes,
which
I did
is surprising because she's had so much drama throughout the years, whether it was with Lamar or the first basketball player, like around season 2 that cheated on her, that was supposed to have sent like the jewelry guy to come, or jewelry lady to come give her some jewelry and diamonds and stuff. Every time we looked up, Khloe was being cheated on, whether she was getting locked up, whatever she was doing, it was something going on with Khloe. And it's time for her to come from behind the camera. It's time for her to go lay on someone's couch and herself internally, because she's raising that beautiful little girl. And that little girl is going to grow up and say, who is this lady? Because this doesn't look like the same person I see in the earlier seasons of your show, mommy. What is going on? She looks totally different. And you made a very good point when you said Khloe keeps fixing herself to look like Tristan's type. That's esteem issues.
Yeah. I agree.
And that thing's going to grow up and it's evident that she looks like her dad. But usually when you look like one parent, you kind of favor the other parent somehow, some way.
Yeah.
Khloe looks nothing like that little girl. No features. You usually get a feature. Only thing they're going to be able to say is, oh, she has her mom's personality.
or what we used to love of her mom's personality.
Or what we used to love of the original Khloe. And she looks like a Bratz doll. It's horrible.
You know what I think is, in regards to Khloe Kardashian saying that she is the only one of the clan that's going to miss, is because Khloe has tried multiple side projects, for television outside of the show, and they've all failed.
Well, so is Kourtney, but Kourtney is content with
being a nobody.
And that, I think Khloe has fallen into Kim's idea of wanting to be rich and famous, and this whole Elizabeth and Zsa Zsa Gabor lifestyle. Like, Khloe has fallen into that trap, and I just feel like it's not working for you. So to your point, everything that she's done on the side. Now, I'll take that back. Not everything, because I think her jean line is still doing pretty well in Nordstrom's. I don't know anyone that wears them, but I'm like, I mean, but I did hear that they're doing well. It's still
part of the reason why they're probably doing well is just because of the Kardashian name.
Well, we can't really say that because his socks were sold at Neiman's and Saks, and I don't know anybody that owns them. I don't even know if they're still in.
But they're still being sold.
They are?
Yes.
Okay, we'll see.
I think that's a nice check for Rob, actually.
It is. But whatever happened to their clothing? Remember, their clothing line used to be like in Macy's and JCPenney's, then that went down.
I think they ended up finding more success in the beauty world, and now she's that's why Kim has gone into more of the Skims stuff that she's doing now. But I think they found more success in the beauty world. Not everyone can fashion. The fashion industry is a hard business again. We've seen some of the greatest artists that look at Rihanna, her Fenty house. I mean, they're saying they're putting it on hold, but that's just, hop, skip, and jump from never happening again.
Kim's Skims are doing I love Skims. I'll be the first to say I have the leggings, the pants, the robe, I'm a sucker for Skims. And Kim has like over 13 perfumes. I didn't know that. I saw that on an interview recently.
Yeah.
And I remember one of them smelling like Michael Kors. I was like, oh, she completely copied Michael Kors and just put it in her own bottle.
Very fitting for Kim. But look, there are a lot of celebrities that have multiple perfumes out there, including Naomi Campbell. Naomi Campbell has like almost 20 perfumes. We just don't hear about them.
Britney Spears is the one go-to perfume that I still love.
Really? So you're the reason why she has so many perfumes.
It's only one.
I want to jump around just to kind of to hear what everyone else is saying. I'm going to jump all the way down to Shantae. Shantae, thoughts on any of the hot topics that we talked about so far? We have more to talk about too.
Yeah, so definitely about Khloe. I think she's just always been stuck on being the other Kardashian sister or the less cute Kardashian sister. And that's one of those things that's just always stuck with her. So it seems like she's tried to overcompensate with her relationship to try to keep up with her sisters, to kind of give herself some validation. And it's like now she's stuck in this situationship with this guy that's just clowning her.
Not situationship.
That's pretty much what it is. You know, and she's got a baby out of it, so she's stuck with him pretty much for life. But it's like you don't gotta be stuck with him like that, girl. Stop.
I wonder if, because, this last season, they're documenting the possibility of trying to have, another baby together. I wonder if they've already moved forward with that and there might be an actual baby there. So I'm wondering if that's what's happening.
Possibly. But
and that's why she's fighting for this relationship.
Yeah, but I think that's what a lot of it is. She just has always just been trying to overcompensate for trying to keep up with her other sister.
I'm going to jump to Close Your Legs to Married Men. And I'm going to ask her why she has that name today.
I was between this name and The Door is Closed. But that's like for the
You're missing Nene?
And no. No. Hell no. Guys, you guys keep asking for like a revamping and then you ask for the OGs. Their time is done. Nene, she crossed the line. She crossed the line and she called them racist. She could have thought that in her head, but not say it out loud. She really Nene.
But what if they were racist?
Yeah, but if she wants to go back, which seems she wants because she needs the money. She's the one who she hurt herself. But I want to talk about the Kardashians. First of all, we shouldn't rely on their sales of their clothing here or makeup here. They are a worldwide brand. Their show was broadcasting over 150 plus countries in the world.
Wow.
And and their makeup, they don't need to be a hit. It's just like if they sell enough in a few countries, they're they have billions. And I think Kylie and what's the other name, the young girls, Kylie and
Kendall
I think their beef with the show is because it's called Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Absolutely.
I totally envision in my head these two business savvy girls, because we know who's their mother. They said, why Keeping Up with the Kardashians, not Kardashians and the Jenners? Because they are brand names on their own. Yes, they benefited from the show, but they did something too. And I could see the rift in the family like that. And the matriarch, she can't keep them together anymore. And not only because they all have their kids, this and that, but it's really because they're thinking of their own brands. One is a supermodel and her last name is Jenner. It's not Kardashian. So maybe she's fed up of living in their shadows, at least the name.
Yeah.
And the other one, the little one, I keep Kendall. I think she's the one who stirred up, and she's the one who, not Courtney. She's the reason why they stopped the show. And I can totally predict another spinoff for Khloe. I think now, when the show is over, Keeping Up with the Kardashians is over, now she's got a chance for one of her spinoffs to work. I used to watch her the Transformation one. I love that show. I loved it. But it's too much.
Let's not forget that they have a new deal with Hulu. So the Keeping Up with the Kardashians is just leaving E and NBC. They're moving on to Google. Say again?
I thought it was Peacock.
No, they have a deal with Hulu.
Okay.
Yeah, because Peacock would just be NBC. NBC owns E as well, so they're leaving the NBC Universal family altogether.
Yeah.
I want to jump around real quick to see what St. J has to say in regards to this, and then I want to jump on to another hot topic.
I mean, I'm sure that Kylie and Kendall are kind of like, yeah, let's get rid of the show. I mean, the going's been good. Kylie's made upwards of $1 billion. Kendall's been able to parlay into being a world famous model and not just Kim's little sister. And I think that for them, they've been able to establish themselves.
Yeah.
But I understand their point. Like, the show is called Keeping Up with the Kardashians, to the point where even Kris wanted to change her name back to Kardashian.
I mean,
so
can you blame her?
I mean, at this point, they're like, well, we have other ways to get money. Let's go ahead and ditch the show. And I don't want to see Khloe be boy crazy. So if that's what her spinoff is going to be, I'm not watching. That's all.
Okay. Gabrielle, what are your thoughts on this hot topic?
I just think that Tristan doesn't want Khloe. I mean, it's really simple. But honestly, I'm getting iffy with believing the Destiny girl, but it's not hard.
Destiny or Sydney Chase?
Oh my goodness.
I mean, that could have been one of them. That could have been one. I can't keep up with all the names.
It's Sydney, but the thing is, it's the fact that we can believe her. That is the problem.
Yeah.
No, I used to love Khloe. I've watched Keeping Up with the Kardashians since season 1. From season 1 until now, it's not what it used to be.
Are you watching the final season?
No. I stopped watching. I just can't get with it. But I do think the whole Tristan and Khloe situation, something is eerie about it. I don't think that Khloe is Tristan's type. I don't think that's what he wants. And that sucks, but I just think that's what it really is. And so when it comes to that situation, it really just, it's whatever. I don't wholeheartly believe the Sydney girl because I do kind of think she's clout chasing. But at the same time, I'm not believing her, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I think, I mean, my thing is, I don't understand why Tristan remains with Khloe, but it might be the similar reason why Sydney is trying to get her 15 minutes of fame. I think he likes what this means for his career, because if he wasn't with Khloe, we would not know who Tristan Thompson is. Is he that great of a basketball player?
No. I watched basketball faithfully. I didn't know who that was. Well,
he won a championship.
He was on
You are so shady.
Team.
You're so
he was
shady.
on LeBron James' team. Tristan Thompson wasn't like a hot thing. No, he wasn't like a D Wade or a Chris Bosh. No,
he just happened to be on a winning team.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was.
That's the same thing Lamar was. Lamar was
The
on the Lakers
Kardashian team.
Wait, we can't all talk at the same time.
Lamar, I truly think Lamar was different. Lamar, a lot of people didn't know who Lamar was. I was a basketball.
I do.
I was a huge basketball fan at that time because I played basketball. A lot of people know who Lamar was. He was the number 1 6 man. And a lot of people don't take that lightly because they don't take that as a big deal because he didn't start, but he was a number 1 6 man. Lamar could ball. And a lot of people knew who Lamar was. But I truly don't believe that Lamar got with Khloe because of trying to be famous in a Kardashian. I don't. I don't believe that. I feel that he had.
I don't either.
I feel he had an addiction and he had an issue and he had a problem. But the way she ride for Tristan, I feel like she could have did the same thing with. She could have been with Lamar for all of that.
No, come on now. You remember how?
No.
Wait. You remember how that whole Lamar situation went down at the ranch where he was all drugged up and with all these different women?
Khloe wrote for him.
Wait. Let him.
Stuck with him.
Lamar loved Khloe. I will never not say that. He loved her. He just had issues. And it was more deep rooted than what it was with Khloe. I believe that.
I agree with that part.
He stuck with him for a minute.
Wait, because we can't hear everyone when they're talking over each other. We'll start with Danielle. What were you saying, Danielle?
All I was saying was that I played ball as well. I didn't know who Lamar was, honestly, until he started dating Khloe. But in my defense, I was already a grown woman and had been removed from the ball scene.
Oh.
And I know older ball, like I grew up with a lot of guys who have retired down from the NBA.
Okay.
His godfather is an old NBA player. So like so I was removed from it. So to me, I'm not saying that Lamar got with Khloe to become famous. I just didn't know who Lamar was.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Right.
And to your point, I kind of got to disagree because like everyone else was saying, Khloe rode hard and that whole family rode hard for Lamar. It was like they saw a situation where this man had lost his mother, he lost his grandmother while he was dating her, and his father wasn't the best father in the world. And that whole family came and brought him in as he was really a Kardashian and uplifted him. Now, Tristan, on the other hand, Tristan's younger. Tristan's part of that new generation, so he's not like old school. So it's just a little different. We can say he probably was getting with Khloe. He probably saw an easy target because let's look at Khloe's track record with these ball players and these rappers that she's tried to date. And he was like, you know what? Let me get in where I fit in. See what I can make happen.
I don't think he truly like loves her. I don't.
It's a baby mama, baby daddy type situation. Khloe needs to accept.
St. J, thoughts?
To echo Danielle's point, Khloe rode for Lamar so hard. Like there were points when cheating was reported, she was still with them. She was still trucking. When he had that ranch situation, she was still trucking until she just said, okay, like it's too much. Like I gotta get off. I think that Khloe is just that girl. Like when she's in a relationship, she rides for her man and she's crazy in love. And I don't think she picks good men. And that's kind of just what it is.
She's very consistent with that. Miriam, thoughts?
Love is blind. And that part, I believe that Lamar really loved Khloe. And Khloe and the whole family really loved Lamar. Come on, Lamar became the sweetheart of the whole country. I watched basketball, but I knew Lamar. Because of them. It was different. Like the way he was, there was nothing pretentious about him. And that is really a sad story, a sad love story. I always, deep inside, I always used to wish they would come back together. But then again, I think Khloe, listen, a woman in love is a woman in love. She's weighing her options. If she wants another child, I think I said this before, she'd rather have another child with the same big daddy, you know? And I totally like the way they think. I can see that happening. I'm not saying that this is the best choice, but you know, for them, anything works. Who judges them?
We do. We do.
But they do whatever they want.
Dear Dana says, first of all, thank you, dear Dana, for the super chat. She says, Lammy loved her, but had problems. Tristan wants cake and eat it too. He's a leopard that won't change his spot. Player gon' play.
Yeah.
Oh, Shantae, thoughts?
Yeah, everybody pretty much said everything I was already saying. You know, Khloe did ride hard for Lamar because that was real. You know, right down to the wedding photo where he looked like he was photobombing his own photo. That was real. So, you know, because I can remember the wedding special they had. That was like, you could just tell that there was no pretense or showiness behind it. So,
Pretty thoughts on this whole Kardashian mess that's going on in the news?
Yes. How y'all doing this evening?
Not bad. Happy Friday.
Yes, indeed. It seemed like to me, the Kardashians got a curse in love with those men. I promise you, they do. Can't nobody keep a man. Even the mama and the daughters.
The mama can keep a man. She's been with Corey for a long time now. Him and those heads.
I heard everybody talking about the hips, honey. I mean, Okay, we gonna say he know what he getting to. Okay, he getting something out there. He getting fame and fortune. He riding the coattail of mama. Okay, he putting the big lean on mama, and mama good with that. Okay, but he something soon happen to him too. Okay, so you down the line because mama changed Boots into a woman. I mean, Kanye done went crazy. Before then, we didn't know Kanye with that thing had a spool loose inside his head. We didn't know that. Then Lamar went to completely drug addict somewhere. I don't know what he's at the Bunny Ranch ride a horse. Get his groove on. I mean, it's just constant. Then you got Tristan now. Tristan bringing all the babies, mamas, girlfriend, and the horse, and everybody else. Okay, and Kim. Okay, you all seen her point of view was. I mean, how many? This her third marriage went down the drain. Okay, come on now. And then we got Scott. Scott is an alcoholic. He admit the drug out. How many times? About 3 or 4 times.
I mean, but technically, Scott's he's not really blood relative. He married into the family.
He got 4 kids. He got 4 kids by that girl. Okay.
Yeah.
They see him.
Well, 3, right? 3.
It's 3. Well, they now see him to the rehab. How many times? About 12 times. For his alcohol, everybody else gonna fall out to the wayside. He's still there. They gonna see him back to the way. They gonna see him back to the rehab.
I feel like they've taken Scott in a lot, and they've really supported Scott through a lot of stuff. Remember Scott lost his parents at a what was it, like right after each other.
So I get that.
That's a lot.
That. Yeah, but it's still these people got lost. There's something going on there, honey. They need to check the kitty cats. They need to check the kitty cats. No. That's real. Okay,
you are extra tonight. You been drinking?
No, not yet. But I can get some water. I can need some water. Okay, dealing with the Kardashians. Okay, and now they worse kitty cats going on around here because they just a mess with themselves. And then my girl Kim, I'm gonna tell you something. I did love the Tardy show. I did love it. I watched it until the 5th season. Then the 5th season started going down for me. But I did enjoy her. I did see her and Cole on the show and the kids and everything. Because I love Kim, you know what I'm saying? And I was reading somewhere that she was pushing for Nene to come back. Now, I'm going to tell you something.
I did hear that.
And I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to say never. Because the people at Bravo and the Real High Time executives, if the money is right, if Nene get those ratings back up, baby, they will bring her ass back.
Well,
don't never say never. Don't never say never. Because between her, Kim, and Phaedra, good reality TV. Because Phaedra gonna bring the funeral homes, the law practice, and she can shade. Phaedra can shade now. And she gonna bring that fine Apollo back too. I don't know what's going on right there. Him in the jail.
You know what? All right, let's move. Since we're talking, we're gonna get into Atlanta in just a second. Since we're talking about the Kardashians, let's talk about one of the Kardashians' friends.
Child, stop playing.
Now you shady.
I'm not being shady. It's a hot topic. This is a hot topic. The door is closed.
I'm about to get you together.
I reported on this story. Look, I reported on this story, and I thought I had to bring it to Friday night's hot topics. Absolutely. This is Serena Williams. In case you didn't know, in case you were not aware that this is Serena Williams.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on.
All right. Let me just tell the story before y'all go in. Okay. All right, hold on. Mute your mics. Mute your mics. All right.
All right. Hold on.
All right. Serena Williams posted this on her Instagram this week, and I posted it. As soon as she posted it, I was like, whoa, girl. And I posted it. And then she took it down because there were so many mixed reactions. She posted this in because it was to celebrate her collaboration with Stuart Weitzman. And everyone had different opinions about it because obviously the makeup, the lighting, the wig, it just didn't. They were like, who this woman? They were like, who this woman? So Serena saw the backlash, took the picture down, but then posted up several other pictures, and it wasn't better. If you go to her Instagram right now, she still has one of the pictures up with her husband, and it looks a little better, but it's still not great. We've seen Serena look great. I don't know what was happening here. I'm going to start with Daisha. Daisha, what are your thoughts on the Serena Williams, Stuart Weitzman collaboration?
Bad makeup, bad lighting. They shouldn't even took them pictures. It's just
She said they should have even took them pictures. I mean, maybe when she was looking in the mirror there, it looked better, but then I don't know. I'm
no,
trying.
maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe she didn't have a mirror. Maybe it's like
In that big
you
old
did your
house.
makeup, and then she went straight to taking the pictures.
Oh, I'm gonna go to the lady with the message. Miriam, thoughts?
Oh gosh, what was she thinking? She needs to fire whoever was the creative director of this photo shoot. She looks very like white, like very much like her face
Mm-hmm.
doesn't match her legs. Which, by the way, the best part of this photo shoot are her legs and her shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, damn girl, you don't need to have a face when you have those legs. Like, why? Why?
I just
know
don't
why.
understand, at this point in the game, Serena could have pretty much any makeup artist. She could probably have a makeup artist that's amazing, do her makeup for free. I just don't understand why she chose this. I'm going to go to
I
Gabrielle.
just she wasn't. It wasn't like she was saving money, trying to save. I just think it was bad judgment.
Okay, Gabrielle, thoughts?
It's the makeup and the hair for me.
Mm.
The makeup artist needs to be beat up at this point. The hair.
Oh, beat up?
Huh?
You said beat them up?
Beat them up. Because you did her dirty. You did her dirty. I love makeup. I love everything about makeup, whatever. But whoever did her makeup did an awful job. Too light. It is too light. It's not lighting. It's the makeup. It's way too light on her skin. She has a beautiful skin tone.
Mm-hmm.
Her legs look phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the makeup and the wig. It's the wig for me and the hair and the makeup. I'm over it.
Danielle, thoughts on this?
Okay.
You've been waiting for this.
So let's start with the fact that Serena has always given us poor wigs.
Yes.
Let's start there.
I mean, she's had moments where it's like, yes. Even a couple of photos from this photo, there were some really beautiful pictures of her. But
the
continue.
majority of Serena's hair in past years, her wigs have been horrible.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys have watched any of the documentaries and stuff, but she and her sister claim to be so big on hair and makeup. However, they get it wrong every time. It looks like this reminds me of a picture where we have women who are trying to bleach their skin.
Ugh.
Not saying that's the case, but this is what it looks like.
Yeah.
And if you look in the corners of the picture, it looks like the sun was around. So I just feel like for Stuart Weitzman, I get the focus is supposed to be on shoes because that's what they're mostly known for, their shoes. Their shoes are impeccable. This is all of it takes away from the shoes. The first thing we notice is the horrible wig and the poor makeup. And to Gabrielle's point, the makeup isn't even matching her legs. Her face looks as pale as I am.
Yeah. Maybe that was the goal.
It couldn't be because that takes away from the shoes. So how is this a partnership when you're supposed to be focusing on the shoes because honestly, what she could have done, she literally could have had a picture of her in one of her little tennis outfits without her face on it because we would have known it was her with that donk and showed the shoes. She could have had a basic black tennis outfit on with her racket in her hand and something to focus on the shoes. This cash by the pool look that we're trying to give, it's not giving what it's supposed to give.
St. J, thoughts on the Serena Williams Stuart Weitzman collaboration? St. J.
Okay, so
You know St. J about to go in. I love it.
No, I'm not. I'm a huge Serena fan, so I'm trying to.
Everyone is. You're trying to be nice about it. You can't be.
I'm trying to pull punches.
We are all.
There's too much leg in the picture for her face to look not match.
I see what you're saying. Because you can see her skin tone a lot.
Yeah. Like, and I'm not going to touch the wig because to Danielle's point, the wigs have never been top tier. But it's just like, you can see her normal skin complexion, so why do that to the face? And when she looked at her face, I want to know why she didn't say, what's going on?
Can you imagine though if they had decided to lighten her legs to match the face?
That would have been a horror show.
I'm just asking.
So here's
You
the
guys
biggest
notice
question.
that they
They
changed
would've-
her eyebrows.
Wait, one
The
thing. Wait,
eyebrows
go ahead,
are
Miriam.
too
It's
thick.
eyebrows that's changing her physiognomy. Like they made it too straight, and
Something
it
ain't right.
changed her facial features. You know.
Were you
That
saying,
is the
Danielle?
problem.
What
Go ahead, Danielle.
you know, when people have photo shoots, especially someone Serena's caliber, they have to go through these pictures and approve the pictures. So not only should the makeup artist be fired, but whoever approved the pictures, because to piggyback a little bit on the Kardashian, whenever Kim would take pictures, Chris would get them and Kim like, I want to see them. And they would sit there and go through whatever pictures were the best, whether it was Kim, Khloe, or whoever. Whoever went through these pictures needs to be fired because they didn't help her do any justice whatsoever.
Maybe her white husband went through the pictures. He was there. She took a photo with him.
Get a divorce. He needs to be fired too.
Correct.
Let me take this picture down.
He loves her for being a beautiful chocolate queen. He won't trying to see her looking like that.
Right.
He took a picture with her in that same outfit.
Yeah.
That's the picture. Hold on, that's the picture that's still up. It's the picture with him. So he.
I know.
There.
I just looked.
Buying it. Selena has a team. No.
No, we need to stop mentioning Serena's name. Find out the name of that makeup artist. Drag him to Kingdom Come and make sure he never gets another gig ever.
Never.
I wonder, did she tag them, the makeup artist? Someone go to her Instagram and let me know she tagged the makeup artist.
No.
She probably didn't tag them at this point.
No tag. I looked.
Maybe in the
looked
original
hard.
photo they were tagged. I should have got that.
But come on,
Anyway.
are we gonna blame the artist only? She's a powerhouse.
Wait a second, Miriam. Wait a second.
No,
You
ma'am.
hire
No,
someone
ma'am.
to have a vision.
No.
You hire someone to have a vision.
I
And
kinda agree
they're
with
supposed to
Mary.
know makeup. They're supposed to understand makeup. They're supposed to
Yeah,
understand
but she
skin
looks like
tone.
a picture.
No. Can I
Serena's
finish
been
my
in the game
thoughts?
Too long.
Look, we can't be talking over each other because it does not come across great. Let me
You
finish
are
my point.
Right, friend.
The thing is, you hire a makeup artist, the same way you hire a stylist, the same way you hire a hairstylist, because you can't do it yourself. That's why you hire these people that you hope can see a vision. I'm sure that makeup artist is like, damn, girl, you look amazing.
He was wrong.
She doesn't have sense of
That
eyes.
was probably their first gig.
Wait, let
Whoa.
Shantae speak her mind. Go ahead, Shantae.
Yeah, I want to know who else they've worked on and did they make them look as bad? That's why I need the name. I need the name. I need to know how long they've been working. Did they just get out of a makeup school? Because no, I want the name.
They never
Cynthia,
went to
you-
makeup school.
You want the name. Okay.
I'm on a
Okay.
mission.
Can I say
Block.
something?
Report.
Can I say
All right.
something? Can I say something?
Yes, Miriam, go ahead.
Uh,
Quickly.
My
'cause we're
point
moving on.
is, I'm not saying that he didn't do a horrible job. He did do a horrible job. But me, I'm not famous or anything. If I'm taking pictures with my friends, if not all of us approve the picture, we don't let anybody post the picture on social media. Can't she see that she looks different? She looks like a different race.
But
She
remember,
doesn't look black.
perception is each your own. One picture that I think looks amazing of myself that I decide to post, other people may not feel that way. Sometimes I've posted a very busted, what I consider maybe not the most flattering picture, and then that's the one that gets the most likes, and I'm like, really? So
But she
perception
looks
is an
different.
interesting thing. Perception is an interesting
She
thing.
looks
so
like
are
she's from a
comments.
different
That's why
race.
she pulled the picture down, because comments got to her and she pulled the picture down because she was feeling some type of way because she knew that was not a good picture and her little self-esteem.
Well, no, she knew after she saw people's response.
I'm sure she had to be hesitant that her face didn't match the rest of her body.
Okay. She posted the picture, y'all. Let's not forget she posted the picture.
Or does she have someone that handles her Instagram account?
She posted that picture.
She posted that picture.
Look, we could sit here and pretend like some of these celebrities all have these social media managers that they love to blame things on, but a lot of them are on their own social media, handling their own social media.
Right,
and Serena is one of those people.
You're right. She had a product on QVC. She was doing live tweets. I tweeted to her. She responded back.
Bloop. Speaking of white women, can we talk about this white woman?
So shady.
I have all the thoughts. I have all the thoughts. All of the thoughts.
And you ain't right. But you are correct.
Can we talk about this woman?
A new bottle or something.
Yeah, you are so shady.
I'm done with her.
Okay. Wait. So before we get into the white woman, okay, 83 people watching. Like this video if you haven't liked it already. I'm your boy, TheKempire. I'm here with you guys. We've posted the link for you to call in and share your thoughts on any of the hot topics. It's hot topics all night long. So if there's a hot topic that we don't cover, bring it up. I'm going to post the link again for you guys to call in. Yes. No, we have to talk about the story. I did a report on this story. I posted the video that Dr. Ian Smith did with Karen Hunter on her show, pretty much putting this white woman under the bus, saying that her show allegedly does not want Black or Latinx experts on the show, allegedly. Allegedly. This is what Dr. Ian Smith said on Karen Hunter's show. And, you know, we didn't go live to talk about this hot topic, so I wanted to talk about it tonight. I'm going to start with Daisha at the bottom, and then I'm going to skip around because no preferential treatment. I'm going to skip around. Daisha, did you see the story with Tamron Hall?
I did.
Thoughts?
I believe him because I've seen Tamron's show. I mean, it's not a bad show, but she not rocking with us.
Oh. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna Shantae. Thoughts on this Tamron Hall story?
Yeah, so I'm curious because he was very specific. I'm wondering, did Tamron give the order or that particular request to the producer and the producer went and echoed it? Was he in on it too, or was it just the producer just going and just making the decision to say that? Because if
I just want to clarify for people that aren't familiar with the story. Again, Dr. Ian Smith dropped by the Karen Hunter show and dropped this tea. He didn't say Tamron Hall. Karen Hunter ended up pulling it out from him in regards to just saying, was it this particular person? Do they do this? Or everyone pretty much summed it up because she's one of the only Black people with a daytime talk show. And what he was saying was that he was hoping that a Black woman in a Black show that has a Black executive producer would welcome and give opportunities to Black and Latinx experts on the show, because he's saying and alleging that this specific show, when they reach out to publicists for getting experts, they want specifically white experts, allegedly. And they're saying that they're not a Black show, even though their daytime talk show host is a Black woman and they have a Black executive producer. Continue, Shantae.
So yeah, that's specifically what I want to know, because Tamron is going to address this maybe by next week or week after, and I'm just curious because I'm wondering if there's going to be a cease and desist or a gag order put on. Is she going to take legal action? Because she has to have heard about this by now, because this has been 2 days ago.
Oh, she heard about it the minute it dropped.
Right. So that was dropped this week. So yeah. I'm wondering how much input she had in that particular request that producer made, or was this her producer? Because honestly, if that's the case, what would do it for me is if she fires the producer. That would make the biggest statement to say, hey, this is not my heart, this is not where I am. But then on the same token, it is now a good thing for her to see. Maybe she does need to have more Black input on her show when she has these doctors and these experts and these therapists and these types of people. Because we're in the legal profession, we're in the medical field, we're in the mental health field. So yeah, why wouldn't you have a lot of us on a show? You're a Black woman with her own show. The show has your name on it, so it would make plenty of sense for her to do that. But that's the main thing I'm curious about is who between them actually had that specific request.
My thing is, though, either way, even if Tamron wasn't aware of that request, she sees who's coming on her show. You know what I mean? She's also a producer on the show. So I feel like either way, she should step up and say, I've noticed the dude, don't. I know myself. I've interviewed Black experts. How come we don't have any Black experts coming through here on the show?
Exactly. Because
so I feel like she holds some responsibility as well. And I honestly, look, this is what I believe. I don't know if this is necessarily fact. I honestly believe that they were aiming to have a show that isn't just labeled Black. However, not aiming to get a variety of guests, but specifically aiming allegedly for white experts is just crazy to me. Miriam, thoughts quickly, because I want to go, because we have quite a few people here and I want to get through some of these thoughts.
I watch her show. I never saw she bringing only white people.
White experts.
Or white experts. Listen, she brings everybody, everyone. She's the one who exposed like the fake makeover, spiritual makeover of Stassi. Come on. I am saying maybe he tried to go there and he didn't get the answer that he wanted. I believe Ian, but I don't believe it's the conspiracy. We all know how Tamron, like how they were treating her at the Today Show and how she came back up on her feet. I choose not to believe her because I love her. I choose not to believe that that's the case because of what I'm seeing. I see she has, just like you said, Kempire, she doesn't want to label it. She only brings Black people to the show, but she brings everybody. And even like when there is a scandal about a Black person or politician, like that guy from Florida, Gillum, she made him look so human. Like I cried the whole interview. No.
Well, I just want to wait. Let me just stop you there because part of what Dr. Ian said is that the only time that she'll have Black and brown people on her show is when there's controversy, and Andrew Gillum would be one of those people.
Yeah, but she made him look good. She made him look good, and she made him show like people were targeting him because of his color and or political affiliation. I feel like no, this is like this fits what is his experience. Maybe he wanted to get on the show more often or right there and then.
Well, I'm not sure of Dr. Ian's intentions in saying this because remember, Dr. Ian Smith has been around. He's been on every daytime talk show. I kind of vaguely remember him being on there. So I'm not sure if he was specifically talking about himself or what his colleagues that are Black and brown that have been trying to get on that specific show. I'm not sure what his intentions. That's why sometimes you have to look at what people say and be like, oh, like what's your true intention behind this? I want to just jump around. Danielle, thoughts on this whole Tamron Hall situation?
When you posted it, I said I wouldn't put it past her.
Oh.
Yeah, I put in your comments.
This white woman?
Yes, that white woman right there.
I'm joking.
So I just think I get what Miriam is saying based on, Tamron's experience, but to go against what Miriam said, I don't think I watched that Andrew interview and I don't think she made Andrew look good at all.
I agree.
I also tried to support her show and watch it, and I was bored.
Me too.
The time I've watched is when I recognize a name that I want to see. So I had to go to the DVR or on demand and see Andrew's interview. I had to go back the football player she had on there. One time she had on there some pregnant chick from Vanderpump Rules or something. I was like,
Stassi.
Yeah, that crap. That was some crap. Like. So it makes me wonder. It makes me believe that yes, I could see her saying something like that. But it makes me wonder, because remember how people used to talk about Oprah and all the white people she used to have on her show back in the day?
Yes.
I wonder if because Oprah doesn't do her show anymore and there's a space there, Oprah's getting a little older. She might be retiring from everything since she's really behind the scenes now. I'm wondering if she's trying to plot herself because everyone's idol in that world is Oprah.
And we've seen interviews with Tamron Hall, who said that when she even spoke to Oprah recently in regards to her show, she looks up to Oprah in that way, and that's an interesting point that you bring up. Look, I mean, if you look at a Wendy Williams doesn't specifically target white people for her audience. She talked about a whole range of hot topics, so similar to what we were just talking about Kim Kardashian. And then we'll jump into talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Your audience, no matter what color, will follow you if they like what you're bringing. And I think I wouldn't be surprised if Tamron Hall's show and producers are trying to, follow that Oprah train. But that's the thing. And this is for anyone that's listening and that gets upset when someone copies something that you've done. Look, people can copy what you've done, but not do it the correct way because they don't know the nitty gritty of what made you so great, so great. She doesn't know what made Oprah so great. And one of the things that made Oprah so great was her authenticity. And that's the thing I feel that Tamron is missing. She's not as authentic. And that's one of the things I keep seeing people say in the comments when I reported on this story. St. J, thoughts on this Tamron Hall situation?
Oh, I have all the thoughts. Okay.
Oh. You always have all the thoughts.
I know.
Which is good. Look,
Dr. Ian, I'm a huge fan of him. I've followed his journey for years and years and years. I don't believe in my heart of hearts that he would lie on her. I think that because if his intention was to go and bash her, he would have said, Tamron Hall doesn't have Black and Latinx specialist on her show. As soon as he said it, he would have said it all. So I don't think that he's lying on her. I do believe, first of all, I believe her show is boring. I also believe that she is maybe trying to figure out where she fits in the daytime landscape. She's not Wendy. She's not The View. She's not The Real. I think so. She's trying to figure out kind of how she can get her footing in there. And it's just not coming across as authentic.
Yeah. I
personally, from when I looked at her YouTube, when I saw her have Black people, it looked like they were the focus of a spectacle. And that's just what I got from her YouTube channel.
Damn. Honestly, I was actually surprised that she was renewed for a second season. I was also surprised that she won the Emmys that she won, but I was happy for her. And just much like Danielle, I was trying to watch the show and trying to get into it because I wanted to support her, especially everything that went down at NBC. But I just couldn't get into it. I just couldn't connect with it. And I think part of the reason why, and this is business, when you have certain people behind you, you're able to get these opportunities. You're able to stay on ABC. And Bill Getty, who was a longtime producer of The View, is one of the executive producers of her show. And look, there's a whole thing that we could talk about in regards to Bill Getty and how problematic he can be. But I'm seeing that's probably why Tamron is where she is right now in regards to still being on television. But I honestly don't think she'll be on for much longer. Pretty, what do you think about this Tamron Hall story? You're muted.
Yes. Yes. I've just like you and like other ones been on here talking tonight. I have tried to get on your show and cannot get the homegirl said. I only watch when I see names that I really want to see. Like she did the interview with Tamar and some other celebrities. But other than that, I think she's a very beautiful person. And I think she got a beautiful personality. But it's something you can't catch it right there. She's like you said, she's not Wendy and she's not Oprah. It's something missing from that show. I can't really put my hand up on it. Now the man you talking about, I heard of him, but I never caught him in the interview. You know what I'm saying? So I cannot speak on his perspective of it because I heard of him, but I can't put a face with a a picture with a face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but now I think, hey, it's time. Sometimes it may not go so good. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, Bill Gates is behind it, and we both know with him being executive producer, he come with drama. So you don't know. So hey, I wish her good luck though. I really do. I wish her good luck. That's the only thing you can say, because she got Emmys for the show.
Yep, she got a couple of Emmys for it.
Yeah, she got Emmys for the show, so is reaching some kind of audience.
Some audience, the white audience.
Can I ask you, Kempire?
Yes.
What is Tamron's niche? Like, Wendy has Hot Topics, The View has The Range.
Well, Tamron, what she's trying to do, I think she's trying to go back to the Oprah way where you're talking with real people along with a mix of celebrity interviews. So she's trying to go back to the old school way of doing talk shows where it's like real life hot topics along with celebrity information. So it's sort of a mix. And I have to say, like, I really, really tried to get into it and I just stopped. I was like, why am I torturing myself watching this show? I'm just saying.
It is like torturing yourself. It really is. Like pulling teeth, man. It really is. I mean, I have tried.
I'm gonna say something. That doctor, that man has been on a lot of shows. You know, he's on the doctor with Dr. Oz.
Mm-hmm.
Tamra has always allowed Dr. Oz on there, but she didn't let that other. I ain't never seen him on her show. But I've seen Dr. Oz on her show, though.
The plot thickens.
The plot thickens.
Well, you know what's going to happen. You know what's definitely going to happen. You're going to start to see more Black experts on Tamron Hall's show just to set us up. So, but look, I'm already giving her the side eye since this is already out there.
Maybe not on Tamron's show, but I bet you now other content creators and other people are going to kind of strike while that iron is hot, and they're going to put a lot of Black people on their shows now.
Tamron, we're watching you. I want to jump into some Real Housewives of Atlanta conversation just quickly. As you know, we do a recap of the Real Housewives of Atlanta every Sunday. Part 3 of the Real Housewives of Atlanta will be airing. And at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, we're going to go live and do a live recap where people call in and share their thoughts. We did part 2 last week. I posted a link to part 2 conversation in the description of this video. 86 people are watching this video. Like this video if you haven't liked it already. If you're not subscribed, why not subscribe? You're getting daily hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV recaps, reality TV conversations. Let's talk a little bit about Phaedra Parks being on Watch What Happens Live. It was anticlimactic for me. I didn't think it was interesting at all. And I'm going to go to Miriam because I know Miriam's facial reaction alone just got me. Miriam, thoughts on Phaedra? Well, first of all, Phaedra was asked a couple of different things. She was asked, does she see herself reconciling with Kandi? She pretty much gave us a very political answer, blah, 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 blah. And then she was also with all the other housewives that were there from the past, whether they would consider coming back. And she was just sort of like put her hand up a little bit. Would you want to see Phaedra come back to Atlanta?
No, because for me, it's not about like I like Kandi, I'm Team Kandi. I don't like when people do smear campaigns. And to be honest with you, what I don't think it's Kandi who is standing between her on her way to come back to the show is no other than Portia. Because Portia, she's the one who was the face of the rumor, the mouth of the rumor, and she's the one who was liable legally and got the assistant desist from Kandi. Why? Because Phaedra let her burn. If it wasn't for finally Portia make her talk, nobody would have ever known. I don't want to see Phaedra. She's fake. She reads well. She was funny, but then she has this. She's like Maleficent. She's really mean, and she uses like her wit in a very wrong way, and she's like Portia in that aspect. You either with me or over there. She wanted to destroy Candy when she knew that Candy had some of the possessions of Apollo in their garage, and she couldn't forgive Candy for still having a relationship with Apollo. So, and this is where she goes, okay, I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna play my puppet Portia. I feel like Portia is the one who doesn't want Phaedra, but she lets everybody think, which everybody would, that's Candy. I don't want to see them. And about Kim, I think Big Papa, he is one of the executive producers in NBC. That's what I think. I don't.
We know who Big Papa is.
Right? Wait, St. J. Wait. St. J. Who's Big Papa?
Papa St. J. My boy.
His name is Lee Niger.
That part.
Wait, I can barely hear what Shantae said. Who?
His name is Lee Niger.
And who's that?
He was he's a developer, commercial developer down in Atlanta.
He was a realtor developer in Atlanta?
A commercial developer down there in Atlanta.
Yeah, but I think he has connection with the network. This is why her show lasted for 8 seasons. It's not only Andy. I think the guy is connected. I used to.
Very possible.
I used to watch Kim's show. It used to be funny till her daughters started becoming of a certain age and acting not like I would like my daughters to. They became like their moms. She was trying to be the knockoff of the Kardashian clan. She tried. The best people on her show were her chef and Sweetie. I want Sweetie back.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna. Oh my goodness. St. J, thoughts on Phaedra being on Watch What Happens Live? Do you want Phaedra to come back? Because Phaedra said she made it seem like as if she wasn't sure she wanted to come back. I just want to point out your name.
You already know. Yep.
The Sheree Wedding, Real Housewives of Atlanta 14.
Okay, Phaedra. Let me just say, the special in general, none of those women, to me, made a case, besides the one from Miami, made a case for them to come back. Like, they all gave very, just flat. It was just flat. It was just, it didn't give what I thought it was going to give. Phaedra, I like a Phaedra Reed. I think Phaedra has comedy in her. I think she can be fun. Mm-hmm. I don't want to see her hash it out with Candy. Yeah. And to me, I feel like that's the place for her story in the group to go. Mm. And because I don't want to see that, I don't want to see Phaedra. Unless you read my name, and then I can plug that in when we get to Kim.
Wait, no, let's talk about your name.
Oh, okay. So Phaedra did mention her and Sheree hung out the other day. Mm-hmm. We know Sheree's good friends with Kim. I'm just saying.
You want all three of them to come back?
So you watch Beverly Hills. So you obviously saw the Kyle's charity event where she had the girls from the past come and they intermingled with the new girls. Yes. And it was a thing. And whoever brought the drama and got camera time. I'm just saying. That's how you do it.
Oh, okay. Gabrielle, thoughts on Phaedra being on Watch What Happens Live or the possibility of Phaedra coming back for another season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta?
I agree. I don't think that Phaedra should come back.
Why is that?
I was a Phaedra fan, and it bothered me of what she did. I feel like she did it to be vindictive. When it came to Candy, she was upset that Candy and Todd were still cool with Apollo in some sense. Mm-hmm. And so I didn't like that. And I really do feel like, as much as I hate to say it, Portia was dumb enough to feed in to what Phaedra was saying. But I don't think she should come back. She's just too vindictive. Phaedra can read. She's very entertaining. She was one of my favorites when she first came out. But no, I don't think she should come back.
Tell me how you really feel. Shantae.
No, I do not want to see Phaedra back. She's just very nasty. I never thought her reads were funny. Because Carlos King used to write some of those reads for her on the reunion. Ooh. So none of that was authentically her. And just the fact when she did what she did with Candy, that just solidified how nasty of a person she is. So no.
Okay. Danielle, thoughts on Phaedra being on Watch What Happens Live and some of the things? I felt like her Watch What Happens Live was very I was expecting more. I don't know what I was expecting from Phaedra, but it was just sort of like blum, 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 blum. That's why you didn't really see me talk about it besides now.
I was expecting her to get on, look in the camera and go, Andy, that Candy thing got so out of hand. I'm so sorry to her. I was expecting her to come and get the job. Like, if she was coming to get the job back, I was coming to see her get the job back. She just never, she was just so, it is what it is. I'm a lawyer, so I'll give like a half answer, flat.
He asked her, what did you regret? I thought she would say she would regret the rumors. She doubled down. She doubled down.
Danielle?
Yeah, I didn't think that she came and gave us anything on Watch What Happens Live. When he asked the question of who would come back and she was like slightly raising her hand, I took that as though she didn't want to be the first person to raise her hand. Because let's be real, Housewives money was probably her best money, especially when one of her clients was paying her in cash in the parking lot. Like, that's
I can see it literally right now.
And Bobby Brown is no longer her client anymore. So like that was her top client ever.
And it's not like she won cases for Bobby Brown. He kept on having to pay child support and end up in jail.
Well, she probably did that on purpose so he could keep coming back and paying her.
Damn.
And we don't know what's going on with her and Mr. Willie down at the funeral home. So no one wants to see that either. Like, I liked Phaedra when Phaedra was honest, but that was so far and few. Remember how she lied about the pregnancy? She lied
on her first season.
She lied on the first season. And but towards the end, when her and Porsche would get together and the trips to Miami and her coming with the fishnet dresses, she gave us good humor. She definitely gave us good reads. But I just feel like what she did to Candy was the ultimate low. And since she's not apologetic about it, and she didn't give us anything when she was on the show the other night, appearing like she had a little bit of remorse, I can't do it. I can't approve that one. No. That was the lowest of low that you could ever go.
Agreed. Well, speaking of that Watch What Happens Live, they had some of the OGs from the past, and one of my favorite OGs from the past,
Adriana.
Who?
Adriana.
No, that was not my favorite. No. That was not my favorite.
Yesterday.
She was the thirstiest for her job.
Jill Zarin was there. And I was like, and just look. Well, anyways, Jill Zarin was there. I love Jill Zarin. And everyone always wonders why Jill Zarin has not come back to the Real Housewives of New York. Well, she did an interview. And now we know. That they did try. Someone's mic is on. Please mute your mics. Please. And she said this on, I forgot Housewives Nightcap. And I thought this was so amazing. I wanted to share it here because I was like, oh my God, now we know exactly why Jill Zarin is never going to be back on New York. They tried. All right, look at this. Hold on, let me turn this on.
Down in our apartment, and did you notice that Ebony said in the back of the car, I kind of know these, I think she said something like, I kind of know these girls. I met Luann at Jill Zarin's charity event. So there you go.
People want you to come back so bad.
But it's never going to happen. I can never be what you think I am. I can never live up to that. I would only disappoint you. But I don't want to do the interviews. I don't want to do the reunion.
Yeah. It's stressful. You're in a good place in life. You're happy.
I'm really happy, and I don't want to fed up.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Well, there was a chance.
We're busy.
A couple of years ago, I filmed. We're so busy. But a couple of years ago, I filmed a big charity event in the city on the show, and I was wearing that orange dress. I don't know if you remember that. Anyway, it was a big scene that they filmed, and Gary was in it. And Gary,
yes, I do remember this.
So handsome, and he gave me like a Gucci bag as a gift because I didn't bring a pocketbook. And I called him at the office. I said, "Oh my God, I left my bag. Can you go by the apartment, get me my bag?" And he didn't. He bought me. He worked in a building that had a Gucci, and he bought me a Gucci bag. And they filmed the whole thing, and it was very sweet. There was nothing negative, no drama. But Gary's very private. And he didn't want to show off money. He didn't need people seeing what he's giving his girlfriend. He just didn't want it. And he wouldn't sign a release. And they were really not happy. They were counting on it, I think. And I don't think I misled them, but I didn't expect Gary to say, "No way, Jose." And I wasn't going to push it.
No, he felt comfortable.
Right. You don't want to mess your relationship up. And they're like, "You sure we can't talk to him?" And I'm like, "You can talk to him, but he's not going to do it. So you're wasting his time." So after that, that was it.
Yeah.
It was, she had a...
That was it, y'all. That was it. Miriam, we can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Well, she's going too.
I will give it to Jill that she was, when he asked, "What did you regret?" She goes, "Not finishing the conversation with Bethany at Ramona." This is what I was expecting from Phaedra. And I'm with Jill because she found a man and she doesn't want to lose him because of the show, because they are all disposable, and she learned it the hard way. So Jill knows. She was very sincere, and I'm loving her now. But she turned me off when she fought with Bethany. But when I said Adriana, she was my favorite. She was the only one sincere. She was really there, making her case to come back on the show. She was shameless. I loved her. The others, they were pretending. They're dying for the check from Bravo.
I honestly think Jill would do it too, but like she said, because of what went down with her boyfriend, she was just like, this relationship is worth more. Saint J, what were your thoughts?
Okay, Jill. So to Miriam's point, Adriana was the one that was like, "Yeah, I know you guys are filming a reboot. Like, hey, call me. Like, I'm in Miami still." She was definitely the one drooling for it.
Yeah.
Jill has maintained. I always catch a Jill Zarin interview every couple months. She's maintained for at least the last 2 years. Yeah, I'd come back as a friend. And I think that might be a good role for her. Because obviously she filmed last season.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, girl, you do want to be on the show. And even Andy was in shock when she was like, "Oh, no, I would only want..." When he asked who would come back and she said no. And then he was like, "Really, Jill?" And she was like, "Oh, yeah, I only want to come back as a friend." Girl, we know you want to be on TV.
Well, one of the things she says, she doesn't feel like, remember, she started in the early days of the Real Housewives. So Real Housewives is very different now in regards to the makeup, to the fashion, to the lifestyle. And she feels like she couldn't live up to what people would expect her to be for that show. And I believe that. I honestly believe that, especially because she's been off of it for so long. And her life is very different, especially now Bobby's not around. Her life is very different.
I agree that she kind of has that I'm an OG to the show. I'm no longer in that place I was seasons 1 through 4, I think. So she wouldn't be able to come back and... Well, I never really thought Jill was the reading girl, and I've just finished rewatching, but apparently she can't do what she used to do, and I get that.
Yeah.
I think that they should let her come back as a friend. I think that she's still very much in the mix with the girls.
Yep. She's very close with Luann.
Her saying she doesn't... Well, yeah, she got Luann on the show. So Luann, rides for Jill for that reason.
Yeah.
I think that her saying she doesn't want to do confessionals and reunions, I didn't understand that. And last point on the Watch What Happens Live thing for me, Gretchen would come back. She thinks she can be the star of the show and anchor the show. Don't see it for her. The girl from Miami just gave So Thirsty. Jacqueline is actually someone that I would like to see come back. but I get it. Teresa has her scared. Stay where she's at. And Taylor is not really
that interesting.
Like, it was so, her story was interesting, but it was so dark that I understand them being like, okay, girl, you just gotta, like, we're so sorry. Like, you're like, we're sorry. We can't do it. Because she just isn't, even watching her on Watch What Happens Live, I was like, girl, you're boring. Like, what are we doing here?
And she was very classy.
You don't like them classy, Miriam?
No, I do like her. No, I like Taylor, but I feel like she was trying to set herself in a different category to the other ladies. Like she still has that elitist in her because she's from Beverly Hills, you know. I like when Gretchen said that when he asked her, like, are you gonna get married with Slade? She goes, no, we're comfortable now the way we are. And guess what? We're still together. So everybody that said this was only a storyline, guess what? We're still together after all these years. And she said, if the money's right, I might come back. And depending on who is on the show, which I felt like she was sincere there too. Yeah. You know, just say it. They all want to come back. Even Jill, I think if her boyfriend, he was willing, she would be back on the show. Because now they're not expecting those lavish things from the housewives anymore. Who really has money in New York now? I think Ebony.
Can I say, to Miriam's point really quick, I just got the full picture. So Jill's man doesn't want to film. That's what's going on? He just doesn't want to film, and that's why she's like, that's why she's like, oh, I'll be a friend, so he doesn't have to. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's probably. I think that's part of it. I think if Jill could, I think on one side, people have mixed feelings on being a housewife because you do have to show so much of your life. Yeah, it's a good check. Yes, it's great for your other business ventures, but you do have to show a lot of your life. And then you also have to listen to, remember when Jill started this, Bravo was, just starting. She left at the height of Bravo starting to climb and really build as a network in regards to the Housewives franchise. She left at a very good time because the Bravo celebrities and the Bravo fans, I don't know, she still deals with that, even though she's not on one of the shows. Danielle?
So I get what Jill's saying with the boyfriend, because look at Tinsley. Tinsley was on the show. She found someone to take care of her. He made her leave the show. Then they broke up because he didn't want to be on the show, even though they met on the show. So Jill is in a good place right now. She has a wealthy man, boyfriend, whatever he is, her partner, whatever he is, whatever their title is, and boyfriend. So to her points, what everyone's saying, he doesn't want to be on the show. That's real money, because he's like, I don't want you out here putting my business out here. I don't want people in my business. That's what real money does. Just like he didn't want to be recognized about giving her the Gucci bag on camera. That's real money. That's old money. That's real money. And that's what people with real money do. They don't care about the show and tell because they don't need anyone on the outside to validate them.
And they don't want people to know how much money they spend.
Right. They don't want people to know. So Jill is doing the right thing by staying off the show and doing little spots here and there. And if she wants to come back as a friend, I would love to see Jill back, but I love Jill and Bethany together, and we're not going to get that. And to your point, the show is not the same as it was. So, I think there was a time where, all the Bravo celebrities had to, write a blog. We've heard about that.
They still do.
So, I don't think they had to do that when Jill was on there. There's a lot of other things that come into play, to your point of what they didn't have to do back then than what they have to do now. It's like a real job, I was going to say, but it really is like real work as opposed to just being on TV, how we perceive it to be. And to St. J's point, it's like Jill she's a widow, her daughter's grown, so she's probably not getting all glammed up every day. We're coming out of COVID, we're coming out the pandemic, so she's probably not going to as many places, or stuff is just starting to open up. So the glamorous uptown life that she might have lived back then, I appreciate her honesty. She's not going to be able to give us what we think she's supposed to give, because she's grown up some, and she's like probably just laid back with sweatpants and tennis shoes on every day, just chilling, walking the dog, going to Starbucks or whatever the local coffee shop is on the corner. And she's chilling, living her best life ever with her rich man taking care of her. I say don't do it. I would love to see her back, but I'm okay with her being happy where she is.
I agree. I do think, New York needs a shuffle. They try to do a little shuffle this season, adding Ebony. I mean, I've said this on my podcast. For those that don't know, Kempire Radio, new podcast episodes out today. And I was talking a little bit about the premiere episode of The Real Housewives of New York. And I have to say, look, I like Ebony. I think Ebony's great for the show, but I do want us to focus on what the name of the show is, and that's Real Housewives. And I feel like we're stepping away from that a lot. And I think Bravo should have been looking. I know they were looking for diversity, but they could have looked for diversity with someone that was actually a housewife. And that's what we love. We could put Ebony on another show. And I think Ebony's great. And I think Ebony will be a housewife very shortly. But, and I think she'll be great for the show. But you have an entire cast. There's no one that's married. How are you calling yourself the Real Housewives?
Yeah, pretty much.
And
I know we've seen that. I know we've seen that before. But you're casting and you're shaking up the cast this season. Your effort really should have been, let's find at least one housewife. Everyone they've added this season and who they added last season are not housewives. And trust and believe, Tinsley will be back next season.
Yes, I hope so. I hope so.
I definitely think Tinsley will be back. I think people like Tinsley. I think Tinsley matches very well with them. And I'm hoping that Leah will not be back. Just saying.
Oh, wow. Leah's very bland to me. But speaking of Ebony, speaking of her, she was on some talk show and she was talking about why her and this last guy broke up, saying that he decided to quarantine with his kids and not her. And I thought to myself, that I get what she was saying, but then again, I don't. And it just led me to believe that maybe she was, I don't want to say the problem of the relationship, but maybe he was using that as an excuse to get out of the relationship with her. And she decided to word it that way. And it just made her come off a little more bad than she would have if we really knew the truth. So I'm thinking she was a bit of a handful.
She also said that he told her, yes, let's have another kid, but he really didn't want to have another kid. So I think that was the deal breaker between them.
We also have to remember everyone has a different perception of a relationship that you're in. Absolutely. You're going to have your perception. You're going to have, the other person's going to have their perception, and the people in your family are going to have their own perception of your relationship. Oh yeah. Pretty, do you watch The Real Housewives of New York? Pretty, you're muted, girl.
Yeah, yes, I do, darling. I do watch my girls from New York, honey. I love me my Luann, my Sonia, and my Winona.
Yes, honey. What do you think of Ebony K. Williams, who joined the cast?
I'm not too sure about it. It's my judgment is still out there. But I like the diversity, like you said. They bring more diversity back, like they did the Dallas with Tiffany, and I think the other Asian girl probably in Real Housewives of Beverly Hills this season coming up.
Dr.
So Tiffany. I like that. Oh, wait, no. I like it. They trying to change stuff up. I'm with it. So hey, like I said, I give all my first seasons a try. Okay. I said let them come back for the second season, trying to get their foot back in and kind of get started again. So I give everybody a second, but I love my Ramona. That is my girl. Oh no, you got them big eyes, you know what I'm saying? Them eyes tell you everything, honey. So and I love my Luann. I love the cabinet show she had going on. You know what I'm saying? I like when she used to be countess, honey. I still think she is the countess, honey. And I bow to the countess, okay?
Okay. Watch the cabaret show.
Yeah.
All right. I want to jump into some of this Nene tea. I just want to, everyone, if you're not speaking, please just mute your mic, because I just want to jump into some Nene conversation. According to Tamara Tattles, and you may recall, we reported that Nene Leakes, either she dropped her team or her team dropped her. We don't know. But now we're hearing allegedly that Nene is signed on with a new company called People Store in Atlanta. And Tamara Taylor says it's one of the kinds of casting agencies you joined when you were 19 for modeling and doing extra work in movies. You could sign there tomorrow.
That means they found it in the middle of the mall.
Oof, oof. I mean, I think look, I've said this multiple times. Nene built Atlanta, but this is a sad situation. Shantae, what are your thoughts on Nene's next moves? What do you think Nene should do next?
Who knows? Because she went from Glee and that one show. Both of those got, well, not Glee didn't get canceled, and then she was off of those, and then she was acting all high and mighty, like she was really doing it. And now look, she's just, the mighty have fallen. That's all I got for her.
Miriam, I know you have lots of thoughts on this, but Nene moving forward is allegedly signed on with this new casting agency called People Store in Atlanta. What are your thoughts on what Nene should do next?
Side question. Have you ever watched Cabaret? I saw Luann. It was the best show ever. Anyhow.
I saw what we saw on the show, and I thought it was interesting enough. Oh
my God, I loved it. I saw her in Red Bank. We went just as a joke, but me and my cousin, we really had fun. It was amazing.
She would be happy to hear that.
And I'm not paid by Luann. Before anybody says, I don't really like her, but her show is funny. Nene, she built Atlanta and she destroyed herself. She really, I wish she needed to have that humble pie every now and then. Her ego blew up on her, which is sad because we as viewers, we all loved Nene at the beginning. We all loved Kim in the beginning. They were funny, they were goofy. But once they started getting those checks and they became household names, this was the demise of both of them. And unfortunately, I don't think we ever can go back. I don't think she will ever come back to Atlanta because it's not just a disagreement that money will make up for it. She used the R word, and in this day and age, that is the kiss of death. Nene, I hope she finds another.
Look, I have to say this though. I have to stop you there because we've talked about this a couple of times in regards to Nene making these racist accusations. Look, Nene can say what she wants. I don't think Nene was saying it because she was trying to be an activist for Black people at Bravo. However, you should be able to say the R word or racist if it's warranted. If
about
there are
employer
being racist towards her. I don't know. I'm not in her shoes. Do I believe it happened to her? Very possible. Do I believe that's the reason why she's not on Bravo? No.
Yeah, but this is my thing. If that happened to her, I'm not saying that might not have happened. Come on, I'm here every day telling you how there is systemic racism everywhere. No, I believe that could have happened, but I wish she didn't throw an accusation without paperwork. Mariah, she's getting her royalties from Married to Medicine because she has her paper in order. She wasn't as loud.
Yeah, but on the paperwork, she didn't secure her position on the show.
Exactly. But this is my thing. Nene, she did an accusation without substantial evidence, and this is why she is not there anymore.
Well, we have to also remember this too, Miriam. Racism and microaggressions come very subliminally. So sometimes it's hard to actually have your paperwork or evidence to prove someone has said or done something racist or had a microaggression. Danielle, thoughts on Nene and her future at Bravo? I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think she's going to have a future at Bravo. I think she's going to be at the Atlanta airport working for Delta Airlines.
I'm done talking to you. I'm done.
So wait, you know me. I'm quick to open up another tab and do some research. I done pulled up. What's this place called? The People Store. Okay, so they've been in business for some time. They do have a page of, I guess, where they place people. And there are some credible shows and movies, but there are a few bootleg shows and movies as well.
Okay.
I don't see, it's a lot of Tyler Perry stuff.
Oh, but I mean, he keeps Atlanta employed.
He does keep Atlanta employed. I just don't see Nene coming back. It's the ego thing. And I feel like sometimes, and maybe she'll learn from this. Now, I'm a spiritual lady, so I feel like sometimes the Lord takes things from you to teach you a lesson. So maybe he's taken this so-called fame from her for her reality check to teach her a lesson. Maybe she'll learn the lesson and maybe get it back, but I don't think it'll come back on Bravo.
Yeah, I agree. I don't see Nene returning to Bravo for a multitude of reasons. And it's good. Look, sometimes you get stuck. Anyone that's been in a job for a very long time, you get stuck. And I think Nene got stuck. And maybe that was intentional from the executives, you know, allegedly sabotaging other projects that she was working on. Look, who knows? But this will be good for her to push her forward in other realms. I think Nene does have talent. She also has to work on her attitude, because your attitude, you could be the most talented person in the world, but if your attitude stinks, that's going to close a lot of doors, especially in a place like Hollywood where relationships are so important. I want to round.
I kind of disagree with you real quick on her talent. I feel like her talent, now hear me out. The roles that she played were literally her playing herself for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's not a talent. It's talent when you can come out of yourself and play someone else. It's talent when you can flip the script and go all and do whatever it is they need you to do. But you playing yourself, like when she was on Glee, and I loved Glee, and I was okay with her being on Glee, but she literally just played herself under a different name. Same thing when she was on the other show. I never remember it, but I loved that show. I tried to support it because I found it funny.
The New Normal.
The New Normal, yes. She was literally playing herself again. The loud black woman who makes a big scene every time she walks in the room. That's kind of typecasting. That's not a talent, because that's who she was on Housewives.
Look, it's a talent if you're able to get a check from it and make millions of dollars.
Was she? Did she make
and
millions?
It was a good look for her.
She definitely made a good coin. She's definitely made a good coin.
Yeah, that was a good look for her. Even though she was playing herself, that was still a good move.
It was, but how many
really
more
good
times is
gig.
she going to get that opportunity to play herself again? And what happened to her
Exactly.
boutique? Are the boutiques still open? I don't even know. I've never been
swag,
to
I mean, it's a
pandemic.
pandemic.
I think
It's a pandemic. Who knows? I mean, I haven't heard anything. I know she's opening up a Lenithia lounge. I don't know.
I have a question.
Have you ever been to the boutique here? Saint, have you ever been to the boutique here?
I have not, but I think it's on the same floor as Sarah Jessica Parker's shoe store.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, that was a good move, but I haven't heard too much about it. I remember she was here to open the boutique, and I didn't go. But
I have a question. Wasn't Nene treated as royalty? She was the face of Bravo. So I feel like as soon as, come on, let's call a spade a spade. She was funny. She was the show. She made the money out of being herself, which she turned nasty.
Okay, guys, we can't talk over each other. It does not sound good when we do a playback.
Sorry.
People, they're not going to hear you. Finish your thought, Miriam, and then go, Shantae.
My point is, she was the face of Bravo. As soon as she wasn't getting her way, she started having problems. And when they started holding her accountable, like you're not filming with the girls, you can't be in the episodes and be paid as much as you used to. This is when she started having a problem. Let's not forget that Nene here is not a victim. Is not. I don't think she is.
Shantae, your thought?
Yeah, I was just going back on what Miriam was saying. I think she started off as fun, and she wasn't always the way we wound up knowing her to be. She turned into a bully, and I think it was mostly ego for her, because I think at one point she was on, maybe was it Watch What Happens Live or a reunion, and she was just going on and on about, well, I'm the star of this show, and the show is me, and I'm the show. Which, when you think of Housewives of Atlanta, you think of Nene, but she just really went overboard. And like I said, that ego took her to a place where she couldn't come back from. And now, now she's, I don't want to say she's suffering, but she's not on top like she used to be.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to transition and close this out these last 10 minutes and talk a little bit about Erica and Tom Girardi. If you've been following the Erica and Tom Girardi drama, the new season of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills will be premiering on May 19th. We will be talking about it. We will be recapping it. We haven't really been following I've been following it, but I haven't been reporting on the legal drama surrounding Tom Girardi and Erica Jane. Well, we're just finding out that their mansion was put on the market this week for $13 million as the trustees attempt to liquidate their assets. The money will then be distributed to some of the many clients that appear to have been swindled out of their settlements, allegedly. I would just want to Miriam, you're terrible. Pretty. Do you watch The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? Are you looking forward to the new season?
Yes, I cannot wait. And they're gonna lock Erica up while on her husband, honey. She needs to she gonna have to stop performing. Go out there, stop performing, honey. They're gonna put handcuffs on her too.
Oh damn.
They're gonna put handcuffs.
She is tied up in a lot of it. She's definitely tied up in a lot of
she litigation. I heard what she told her. She told the ladies, don't come for me like that. Who the heck? No, baby. You was right there. You was spending all the money. That's how you got that fancy them wardrobes and hats and stuff and glam outfits and all that right there, because that money helped you to buy that stuff so you could promote yourself as a rock star or whatever she called herself, or Erica Jane or whatever she called. I don't know. I was never into the music, you know what I'm saying? But she looked like she was a good performer. Okay, I can tell you that. But any kind of way, honey, she gonna be just like a Jean Shaw, gonna be locked up. Because right on her husband taking all them folks' money. Okay, no folks ain't playing no more. Stop that. Okay, come on now.
I'm definitely excited to see the new season of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Danielle, what are your thoughts on the new season of Beverly Hills? Are you looking forward to it? And what do you think about this whole drama in regards to all the assets that are being sold?
Of course, I'm looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to Garcelle, though. I know that's not what we're talking about, but I just had to throw it in there.
No, I want to hear why.
I never thought Garcelle was for the show, and I don't like they were doing it for diversity. Garcelle is boring. Point blank here, she's boring.
I agree.
And we didn't need it. But I am looking for the new piece of diversity. Half Asian. I'm looking forward to her because she comes with a little whippersnapper tongue. But and I love Erica. Love. I love her. I love her fashion. I love her snapbacks. So I just can't wait to see her and Sutton. Like, all of it. I'm here for
I so disagree with you, Danielle, right now.
That's okay.
Let me just say this before, and I'll ask St. J what his thoughts are on the new season of Beverly Hills. Someone's mic is on. What? I'm hearing noise. Let me mute. Please mute your mics, y'all. Please. I disagree with you, Danielle. In first part, I feel like Garcelle, because she came in pretty much like last minute of that season, so she already had a lot of things booked up, and that's part of the reason why we didn't see a lot of Garcelle. I think Garcelle brought for someone that it was their first season, I thought it was a solid first season. I will judge her harshly for the second season if she doesn't really bring it, but even what she brought last season, I felt it was interesting, more interesting than any of those other housewives. In regards to Erica Jane, I enjoyed Erica Jane the first season she was on. She has gone downhill since then. Yes, she's probably going to bring a lot of drama this season because of this whole Tom Girardi situation. Yes, but I also believe she's going to give us nothing in regards to it. And I'm open to being wrong, but look, she's proved nothing over the last couple of years. And like, she's just too cool for school. And I'm like, girl, get off our show. I'm not interested in just seeing Mikey dress you up as a Barbie doll. Just saying. St. J, thoughts on the Beverly Hills?
Okay, so here's the thing. Danielle, I'm with you when you're right, but I got to be against you when you're wrong. But I'm with you with Garcelle was literally thrown onto the show because they wanted.
Yeah.
That, and I love Garcelle. She's a Haitian woman. She's beautiful. But I will say, when you read the synopsis for the two episodes, the first two episodes of season 11, Garcelle sitting down with Kyle, Garcelle sitting down with Rena in the very next episode. She's working. She's working this season. I think that last season, her job was to be Rena's friend. Not Rena's friend. Her job was to be Denise's friend, and she did the job. Erica. Ooh. Erica plateaued on Beverly Hills for me. I think that I don't know what she would do that made her so much money. So I do believe that her assets and the thing she has is tied to Tom and what Tom is doing.
Mm-hmm.
And on that note, I think that people are owed her assets.
Yeah.
Because she said on the show, Tom funded the music career. So the music career didn't make you the money.
He funded not just the music career, he funded everything up to part of her life.
Yep.
So
she basically told on herself.
Yeah, she said this stuff. So I'm like, girl, no, that means those assets are Tom's assets, which means those assets belong to those victims. And
assets were stolen, allegedly.
Yep. And I think that Erica had the option to take the moral high road and be like, I didn't know this was going on. I'm so sorry, and work to make it right. And she's taking that Ice Queen thing, and it's probably going to be cringe for me to watch, besides when the girls are trying to hold her to the fire, because if she's not going to sit here and just say, I feel so bad, I feel so bad, I just don't know what she's going to do.
Look, I am waiting with bated breath because I am excited for this new season. I wanted them to revamp the entire cast last season because I didn't love the way everything went down. No one brought anything. Everyone's giving us fake and phony. The only ones that I wanted them to bring back was Garcelle, and I didn't mind if Denise came back, but even Denise, I was sort of like, you pretending to be something else. Get off my show. Get off my show.
Brandy was lying.
I don't know if Brandy was lying. I honestly believe it happened.
By the end of the season,
how do we feel about Rinna coming back?
Rinna could go too, because I felt like Rinna is always trying to give us someone else's storyline or focus on someone else, including her own daughter this season. So I'm not here for Rinna. Miriam, thoughts on this whole Erica Girardi situation?
First of all, I need to defend Garcelle. Garcelle was the only one that had the storyline. She was open on what happened between her and her ex-husband. It's the editing they didn't give her. They gave weight to the salacious scandal, and they overlooked Garcelle. Garcelle had tons to show, and she did show up and show out in the reunion, not only in what she was dressed in, but she checked that Kyle. Someone needed to stop her. Danielle, love you to death, but please, girl, Erica, you love Erica. She is disgusting. She's despicable.
Oh my gosh.
She is deplorable. She is a thug. All her glam was made on the shoulders of victims and crushed victims and people who burned themselves. And even if she didn't know before, now she knows. Show us some redemption and some accountability, and start selling your Cheval's artwork and your Cartier rings to try to pay off these people. Like, I cannot believe for the life of me how they're keeping a thug on the show, and she's not going to give us anything. She never gave us anything. All she gave us were her glam squad and how many trunks she used to pack to travel. And she gave us a fabulous life that wasn't hers. They were running a Ponzi scheme. They were.
Allegedly.
I'm looking forward, allegedly, but come on, at this point, they are.
Allegedly, it's still in litigation.
Still in litigation.
You know what?
Like, with everything that's going on, like, come on. Like, Bravo needs to, please, like, give us drama. Give us the nice drama. The one that doesn't, this is like, there's blood in this. And we are looking at her, and she still glams herself, and she has the audacity to like threaten someone. If I was someone, I would say, "Are you threatening me? Like, so what? So what? You're a liar."
I've said this multiple times. Liar. I feel like Erica knows who she can get that gutter with, and she wouldn't have done that with Garcelle. Miriam, thank you so much for dropping by the show as always. I'm going to wind us down. Shantae, last minute thoughts before we close out for the night.
I was going to say, just as far as Beverly Hills, I would love to see them bring on Camille and Faye as housewives. Camille could come back. Faye can be either a friend of or a housewife. They can give her a diamond. I love Faye. I want to see what zinger she's going to come with this season.
Look, if you don't know, we cover all
Love
of it.
Faye.
Thank you, Shantae. Thank you, Miriam. And close your legs to Merriman. Thank you. Thank you, St. J, for being here. And thank you, Danielle, of course. For those that are watching still, be sure to like this video. If you're watching this afterwards, be sure to like the video as well. And let us know your thoughts on anything that the panel was talking about tonight. We talked about a whole range of hot topics. And be sure to check out some of our videos that we posted earlier today. We posted a lot of hot topics, from Kim Kardashian to Khloe Kardashian to what's going on with Don't Be Tardy. Just so many hot topics we covered today. And this is where you can get a daily dose of hot topics in music, entertainment, and reality TV. And as always, thank you to my moderators. Thank you to the super chats. And thank you to everyone that liked this video and everyone that called in. Appreciate you. The show is nothing without you being a part of it. I appreciate, if you would like to be a moderator, let me know in the comments and we can set that up. I appreciate everyone being here. Have a wonderful night and happy weekend and happy Mother's Day to everyone. We will be live Mother's Day to do a recap of the Real Housewives of Atlanta Part 3. So be there, be square, and turn your notifications on so you don't miss out when we have breaking news, when we go live, or when we upload. Have a wonderful night, everyone.